Jefferson here again with another first listen review. And this one I was kind of looking forward to. Actually, most everything I get, I always say that. I'm always looking forward to these. Who am I kidding? It was the new one from the Pretenders. It's called Relentless. And I'm like a big fan of Chrissie Hynde. I love the sound of her voice. I just have been into these guys. I remember seeing them when they played was it Live Aid when I was a kid, and just from that point on, I just really loved listening to them. Middle of the Road is one of those songs that every time I hear it, I just got to crank it up and do the little burr and ear thing at the end of it, because I just think that's funny that she actually made that a word in a song, and she still does it every performance. And Back on the Chain Gang is on that one. That's when I fell in love with these guys, and I know they've changed members a lot over the years. They still have Martin Chambers on drums, who has been with them since '78. Everybody else in the band is from 2005 and 2008 and on, so don't know any of the rest of the members of the band at this point, but that's main two people who are still there. The main two people still in the band are Martin and Chrissie Hynde, and I actually got her solo album here was about 7-8 years ago. Really like that. This album sounds more like that type of album than it does an actual Pretenders album. I didn't actually get their last two, Alone and Hate for Sale. I haven't gotten those. I don't know why. This just kind of haven't been paying attention to the Pretenders for some reason. I don't know. I got the Chrissie Hynde album, but I miss getting the last two, so I don't know. So I'm probably gonna have to pick those up. I did like this album. However, saying that, it doesn't sound like a Pretenders album. It starts out very slow, very slow. It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's called Relentless, the name of the album, and then it comes in with this minor sounding, called Losing My Sense of Taste, and the very next song's called A Love, and it just kind of sounds like old 60s music, and very slow paced. There's a couple, more upbeat ones on here, but you've got so many slow ones. Even there's a song called Your House Is on Fire, very slow, just it's just nothing on here. There's a song called Merry Widow that kind of builds up a little bit. That one's got a really weird. I can't remember exactly what it said now, but I'd rather be dead or divorced feels like being a widow or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember now. Just I'm still kind of groggy. I listened to this one last night before I went to bed, and I've actually only been up here for just a few minutes working on my first cup of coffee still, but I wanted to get this one out there for you guys to hear. But that one's a really good song, even though it is really slow. And then there's one little rocker on there called Vainglorious, which is pretty cool. Adds a little bit of a punk feel to it, actually. There's I don't know what else was on here. Not much. There's really not much on here else that was really upbeat that I can think of. Everything else was really just kind of slow. Her voice still sounds like Chrissie Hynde. It's a little bit more raspy nowadays. It's got that little bit of, she sings very lightly. She always has, even though she's got this really powerful sounding voice, it's strange. She sings really lightly. She has a really strong control of her voice. She's really pitch perfect always. And even when she sings in that song, I'll Stand By You, if you listen closely, she's not singing super strong. She's not belting stuff out. She just has this very pure sounding voice that really cuts through. You can hear the wear and tear on her voice a little bit on this album. Still sounds amazing, though. Don't get me wrong. Still sounds great. But she wears it well. So that being said, enjoy the album. I definitely will be listening to it again. Doesn't really sound like a Pretenders album to me. But that's fine. It's still Chrissie Hynde, and I like her solo stuff, so I would classify this more as a solo album of hers, with the Pretenders name on it. I mean, Tony Iommi did that with Black Sabbath for a few years. I guess Chrissie Hynde can do it with the Pretenders now. And that's that. So anyway, as always, feel you're free to share your thoughts on Chrissie Hynde, Pretenders, or any of her music or stories you guys might have. And like, share, subscribe as always. I love hearing the conversations. I love hearing the stories that people tell about their experience with the bands. I did one on Jethro Tull here not too long ago. Had all kinds of people sharing stories with their history with Jethro Tull, and I just actually love that stuff. That's what this channel is all about. I'm not making money off of this or anything like that. I'm just doing it for fun. So as always, I love hearing that stuff, and I think other people do too. So until next time, we'll see you.